All right, here we are with another real estate photography tutorial, shooting interior, big open space. I'm actually inside a doorway, like an entryway, so you can see this part right here is the ceiling to it, and then if you come in more into the room, it opens up in a nice cathedral ceiling. Well, I needed to step back far enough in order to capture this open floor plan, but I'm underneath this, the entryway. So this tutorial is going to be how I did 4 flash pops, 2 on each side here, and then 2 in the back room to light this to give me an even flash layer. And I'll show you how to composite all that, put it all together to blend with your ambient layer, which we are looking at right now. So we're starting in Photoshop. Once you do all your little edits, what's it called? The lens correction, anything you want to do, then you bring them in as layers into Photoshop. I have so many tutorials on that. That's why I'm starting you guys here in Photoshop to make these tutorials faster. Okay, so notice here we have the ambient layer on top. We're not doing anything to these yet. I'm just showing you all the layers that we're working with. Underneath this one is the left flash pop on this side to light this over here. And then, of course, I came over and lit this over here. And then we're in the back, left and right over here. See that? So I'm going to show you how simple this is to blend all these together. So really what you do is, if you're bringing them in, you start with these last 2 down here. So I'm simply going to click on this layer. I'm going to hold down Option and then click on the mask, and that's going to give me that black layer mask. I've already got my gradient tool selected, so I'm just going to start. See how the flash is blooming right here? I'm going to hold my cursor and then click and drag and bring it over to the side there. And that's it. I blend myself out of this side. So now these 2 images have been composited to light that back, which would be maybe the dining room area, lit. So we're going to highlight both those. I'm holding down Command and clicking on this one to select both of these. Right-clicking, and then you're going to go to Merge Layers. Now that's just 1 layer. So now we can toggle on these 2, because this is the left and right side of basically the kitchen and this little seating area right here. This was a new construction. That's why there's no furniture in it. Literally brand new house. They just, the guys were finishing up, literally like sweeping and all that stuff. So this is what they're doing, is they wanted the open floor plan to do what is it called? Virtual staging with AI, which we'll get into that this winter. I'm not going to do that right now. So anyway, again, we have to turn on these 2 layers. Same thing. We're going to come down here to the mask, hold down Option, click on that, take our gradient tool, move it somewhere in the middle, and there we go. And now we are going to select these 2 images, right-click, merge layers, and now we got these 2 blended. So what we're going to do now, because we need to bring this one back up, see how that's lit in the back, all we're going to do is turn this to lighten mode. And so that literally just lightens up the left and right here in the front. If you can see the ceiling, now we brighten that all up. So now we can even go even farther and take these 2 images and merge those 2. Now we're down to 1 flash layer, as if you were to just do a big flash pop in the room. And because of these beams, I had to break it up that way because we would have had harsh shadows. So now we can turn on our ambient layer, and I would recommend trying luminosity, and that does work pretty good. And all I like to do is take my ambient layer and drop it to 50%. And again, if you still wanted to get rid of the blooming around the lights, you can always do a layer mask, leaving it white, making sure black is selected over here, and then use your brush tool. And I like to go back over, just brush over the windows again. If the glare on the floor needed to be a little bit less, I like to get rid of the blooming because we had a nice bright ceiling with that flash. And that is it. I am going to flatten this image. And the only reason I flatten it is because when I Command S to save it, it saves it a lot faster, at least from my computer. We bring it back into Lightroom. I'll just show you how the final image is going to look. You know you're on your final image because it'll say TIFF file up here. And we're going to go into my final bump like that. A lot of times I'll like to take and hold down shift, double click on the blacks again, double click on the highlights. And that's it. That is the final image. Leave me a comment. I answer every single comment if you have any questions on the flow of this. But that was one of the more complicated flows. A lot of times it's just a single flash pop. We're kind of like what we started with, guys. So really what I teach you is, you know, how to get to this image right here, no matter how many flash pops you have. So that's what you're always trying to work with, is work down to just that one flash pop, and then you can do your blending. But most bedrooms and things that you just need one flash pop, come in here, luminosity mode, 50%, brush back in some of the window view. That's it, and then you're done. So, again, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye.